Welcome back, welcome back. I've been wanting to make this for a while. Um, so everyone knows Kevin Samuels now or heard of him. And, I like to point out all my OGs, you know, people that I've learned from, new or, recent and stuff, because this is how men spread the message, and then the next one comes, and then other men build up, and the knowledge helps you grow. And in the red pill community, or should I just say YouTube and men in general, you know what I mean? Like, I talk about these YouTube guys that really just copy each other. They're not gonna make up nothing new, because my father said there's nothing new under the sun. So that means we're all gonna have to face certain problems at certain times, and no matter what, since we've been in existence for so long, that means other men have championed that battle already. Now, we have many of the similar battles all our lives. Now, I'm gonna show you my OG before Kev Samuels. And I'm going to prove that men have always talked this way. One of us always step up, and one of us say things in a certain way, but it's always the same information and breaking down the truth. Now I'm going to show you the white version of Kev Samuels and exactly where Kev Samuels got. All the men in the red pill community say these things. Kev seen this nigga and said, I'm gonna do that now. There's no him, there's no more him. This guy had the red pill shit on lock before niggas was calling it the Matrix and you gotta wake up and blah 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 dumb shit. He was just talking, no, this is regular man shit, and it's always been this way and it'll always be this way. Why? Because it's nature and it's reality and there's nothing you can do about it. Except pretend.
Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program.
I'm next.
Here we are together again on the radio. I want to call attention to all the women listening out there to see how many of you agree with the letter I'm about to read. And if you do agree with it, I want you to call in at 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Did Kevin have a call-in show where the women that didn't like him called in and we laughed all the time at their idiocy and their dumbass answers? Oh yeah, he called it the smoke show. Tom just called it call in so you can prove me wrong and hate.
All right, so if you are female,
come,
and you agree with the letter you're about to hear, call me. Here's the letter from Anna. Anna writes in and says, Hi, Tom. As you probably know, your show caters to the low IQ population. Intelligent, educated people do not tune in to hear Tom Leykis discuss how to get laid without buying the bimbo a drink.
Is that not what black women kept saying to him? All the dudes that watch you are corny ass dudes that don't get no pussy anyway. They're corny. You're only catering to corny dudes. They're not regular men or nothing. They're nobodies. This is a white man talking to a white audience. Watch how many things black women say the same thing as white women. Because it's not a fucking color thing. It's you're a woman, I'm a man. We're all going to face problems. Doesn't matter what race you're in.
Or why men don't date fat chicks. However unfortunate your
Big Shirley
message, she puts that in quote, message.
Maybe.
I do recommend you for encouraging the dregs of society not to procreate and increase your radio listening audience.
See? If that was Kevin, he would have said, oh, Big Shirley, and then he would have played the. All he did was take exactly what he seen, and that nigga took exactly what he seen, and they took what they seen, and and it's just, someone has to champion. Someone's gonna sit in a throne. But it gotta be a real man. not just someone that copies.
Stabbed me in the heart, didn't she?
You automatically have to copy. You have to talk about the same things.
On another note, I have a feeling that your past 4 marriages may have failed because you chose to marry women with little else going for them but their looks.
4 marriages.
It's obvious that you are bitter. And you hate women.
Sounds familiar.
If you had been lucky enough to meet a lovely woman who made her own money, was attractive and intelligent, your radio show may have a different tone to it.
Sounds
Perhaps
familiar.
encouraging the benefits and virtues of having a family, of loving and cherishing your wife. Well, I bet that'd get big ratings.
Is that not what they said to him, Kev?
Protecting women instead of preying upon them.
Is that not what they say
My
to him?
only wish for you is that you do one day meet such a woman, and perhaps you'll change your tune. Sincerely, Anna.
Is that not what they say to him on his smoke show? I'll
That's the
prove
letter
it.
in a nutshell.
I'm going to play him next. That's
All
the
right,
next
ladies.
episode. To prove
If
it.
you agree with what Anna says, call me and tell me why. Tom Leykis, 1-800-5800-TOM.
I've talked to a lot of women, and did you know that a lot of women don't like your show?
Yes, I did. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Isn't that what they said to him? And he said, I know, this is a man's show. You're not supposed to like it.
Anna, you read her letter? And here's Kathy on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Great.
I'm glad to hear that. Hi, honey. I hope you're listening. Jim P. listening on the radio. I just wanted to say hi to him.
This is like the
But I do
90s,
agree with
early
part of the
2000s,
letter,
I
and
think.
I've always wanted to find out, when you talk about men wanting to get more tails from these women that they go out and date, but on the other side of that, you tend to blame women if and when they get pregnant by these men who are looking for this so-called, free sex or cheap sex.
Well, I tell the guys to wear condoms. I mean, you have to give me the whole thing in context.
Right.
I tell them to wear condoms. And by the way, it doesn't matter. They didn't need me to come on the air and tell them that they want sex from women. That existed since the beginning of time.
Right, but I mean, your whole.
Do you think this is some new, this new concept that men want sex? Men want more sex?
They'll always want it for years to come. But I mean, you are telling your guys go out and get as much tail as you can for nothing. And
right. Well, you think if you spend more money, women are less likely to get pregnant? Come on.
Oh no, absolutely.
See, this is why I like Tom Leykis. He was what Kev would call a high-value man. He made 6 figures a year. Except he didn't brag about being a high-value man. He rubbed it in people's faces and said, listen, I have power, I make 6 figures, I'll have sex with your daughter, and there's nothing you can do about it because your daughter loves old guys with money. And he didn't talk, only high-value men. He would do the same thing. I'm trying to raise men up, get up. It don't matter what you look like. It doesn't. As long as you have money, you can sleep with and do whatever you want. You're like God to these women. Period. And he's going to say everything Kevin said, except Kevin put names to this shit. Kevin innovated and took it to the next level, made this shit cool, made this shit for black people, because we go through it. So he said, I'm going to do what he did for my people like he was doing for his people, but I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to copy everything he does.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
So the more tail for less money has nothing to do with whether a woman gets pregnant.
True, but I just find that sometimes I think that you end up putting the whole blame or the ball in the woman.
Well, it is, because it's a woman who decides whether or not to give birth.
But at the same token, on the same token, you're encouraging you guys to go out and have sex with the.
Yes, I'm encouraging them to have sex with a condom, and if the woman somehow becomes pregnant and has a baby, she made the decision, so she is responsible for it.
What did Kev say? The opposite. Stop having sex with these random women. Stop giving them validation. Because this is when the shit was getting way too out of control. Kev came in years later and was like, whoa, niggas listening to him made more whores, made more broken women. And now these women are taking out dinner dates and orphan dudes. They're doing crazy stuff because they listen to niggas like him.
True, I guess I have to agree with you there, Tom.
Making women more crazy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kathy. Setting them up
And knocking them down.
knocking them down. One 1-800-5800-TOM. Nikki on the Tom Leykis Show.
Women,
Hello.
Tom, how you doing?
God, this is
Great.
pathetic.
Aren't you going to ask if I care?
I don't give a rat's ass if you care.
Tom, love the letter you just read.
You do?
Absolutely agree.
Why is that?
Well, I've never called in because, I'm a little more educated than most of the callers that call in.
I see. Well, if you agree with the letter says your show caters to the low IQ population and that intelligent, educated people do not tune in. So I have to imagine then you are not intelligent or educated.
And I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, you agree with the letter?
Hey, some of us...
Oh, you did. Wait, you need to respond to what I said. You said you agree with the letter.
I do.
If you agree with the letter, then you must not be intelligent or educated.
Some of us educated people need a little fun, too, and I have to admit, Tom, you are fun.
Oh, good. So you disagree with that part of the letter. You do believe that intelligent, educated people tune in.
I would have to say yes. I would have to say yes.
Duh.
In fact, I just emailed you on the same subject.
Ah.
But I would say most of the guys that listen to your show, I'd be surprised if they had a BA.
A BA?
No, not a bare ass. A bachelor's.
Oh! A bachelor's. And are
we
you
go
also
with this
dissing
college
bachelor's
shit.
degrees? Is that what you're doing here by saying they don't even have a BA?
Well, no, just meaning that a lot of these guys that are calling into your show and listening to your so-called message,
Not a so-called message. It is a message.
I've met plenty of educated, great guys that are willing to pay for a date.
Well, and you know what? They don't get laid as often as the people that you are attacking.
Oh, who says?
I said.
Well, Tom, there's a lot of educated men out there, good-looking educated men, who are dating women who are willing to pay for a few dates and not receive sex after the third date.
Well, again, that's I don't think those guys are as educated as you think.
Oh, well, that's an opinion.
Because men who've taken my course and passed it successfully, they are not spending money and they're getting laid more often.
Are any of them in love? Or that
No,
doesn't exist, right?
no one said. You see, again, I love the way women love to twist my words or edit conveniently what I have said. I am not saying that no man wants a relationship or no man is in.
How many times did Kevin have to say that on his show? I love how y'all twist my words. You always twisted my words. You take one point of what I said and then you run with it.
Love or wants to be in love. What I'm saying is no man wants to be in love until he's banged the crap out of you.
No man wants to be in love unless he bangs the crap
Unless
out
he
of
has
a girl.
already gotten sex. Yes, men don't fall in love before we've test-driven you.
Kind of like buying a used car, huh?
You know what? It's exactly like that. Somebody broke you in new and got to smell the new leather and everything, and then put you out in the recycle bin. And we came along and picked you up.
Tom, now let's reverse the roles here. What
But
if
just remember, guys, every hot chick you pick up was dumped by somebody else. They have baggage you don't even know about.
Tom, let's reverse the roles. So let's just pretend you've got a set of okay?
All right.
Did Kev not say that repeatedly? And then when he says this to the woman, what's she do? She gets mad and then tries to tell jokes but sounds like a fucking idiot anyway. Then talks herself right into the circle, proving his point. Let's see if this white woman's gonna do it.
Let's pretend.
Now, if I was educating all the women out there, you wouldn't even make it, would you? Past what, a week or so?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, you've got to be thin, you've got to be beautiful, you've got to be.
Yes, but you see, there are different standards.
Put out.
Yeah, there are different standards for men. You see, men only have to have money, power, or fame, and any combination thereof is a quinella. I mean, men do not have to be hot. And if you don't believe that, take a look at any society magazine.
Guys.
Take a look at a society magazine and see how many short, bald, fat guys have a hot 23-year-old chicks on their arm. If you don't believe me, look in magazines and see it.
Well, they're obviously not educated, are they?
Who? The women?
Yeah.
What man is looking for a woman who's educated?
Oh, Jesus, what are you going to do? Just go around banging your life away?
Now you know what it's like to be me.
Oh, God,
Are you
Tom.
kidding? You think I go on a date to hear your little political opinion?
Well, Tom, they
Golly.
certainly aren't dating you for your looks.
Now, dear, you're dating me because I'm wealthy, powerful, and successful.
Well, who says you're wealthy? Hopefully you got a huge amount of $1 bills in your front pocket.
Dear,
Hold up
believe
real
me.
tight.
Dear, I have a 7-figure income, and I am not shy about advertising that fact.
A 7-figure income.
Do you have a 7-figure income?
As far
I
as
make a lot more than you do.
In a 7
I have bought and sold women younger than you. In fact, if you had a daughter, I could afford her. Why would I be screwing around with you?
Oh, man, my daughter's way smarter than that.
How old is she?
10.
10. Well, don't worry, I'm putting her in the tickler file.
Yeah. Hey, Tom,
I'll be tickling her in about 8 years. What?
Yo, this
I used to be on the
nigga's
site a
ruthless.
long time ago chatting with your people on there. It was a lot of fun.
This nigga's
They
ruthless.
nicknamed me the Dober Mouse many
Yeah, I
years ago.
think Kevin was
But my
bad.
husband actually turned me on to you. He was starting to listen to him. So I figured, he's...
So you had to find out what your husband was listening to.
No, he's a high school grad. So,
Ooh.
I gotta be figuring,
You
what
mean he doesn't even have a BA?
doesn't even have a BA.
And you're married. What does that tell you?
I'm not a man.
But you were not looking for an educated man.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm not a man.
Does he have a GED? What?
This is an educated woman, and the roles reverse. She has all her money. It's the 90s or whatever the fuck this is. At least 10 years ago, 2 years ago, 5. I don't care. And what did Kev talk to? A whole bunch of I got it. I'm up. I can't seem to find a man on my level. Every man on my level don't want to deal with me because you're not young, hot, and do whatever he says. You don't have any other choice but to go down. Like the men you hate and you're mad at that won't choose you? You say, why are you choosing those bimbos down there? Because that's what you do. It's yin and yang. You don't get somebody that's on the same level as you so you can fucking argue and shit. You don't become this greatness and do all these things so you can argue with somebody and not... It just doesn't work.
What's the deal?
I don't give a how much he makes. He's a 7-incher.
Oh, there you go. Only 7? Best you could do, huh?
Well, I don't know. We've been married 10 years now, so it takes a little bit longer to get it up to 7. But yeah,
Oh.
I certainly didn't marry him for his money.
Ah, I see.
Not only did you embarrass your husband on national radio, like, that's embarrassing. You say you married your husband for his looks and his cock, and then you embarrass him for no reason and bring up that it doesn't get up as much. What is wrong with you women? So, oh God.
Hey, I see. So then how do you pay the bills over there, dear? Let me guess. You make more than he does.
Bingo.
There we go. Well,
So is it just a problem in the black community of women making more than their men, and then, no. It seems like the white women, though, like Kevin kept saying, they'll make more than their man and marry them anyway, and say, nigga, do what you do, but I've married you for this, you better hold this shit down, you better put it down. We got a job to do. I'm paying these bills around here. Better clean that house. When I come home, better beat this up. Stop playing around. But then what she say? It take a while. Them niggas be slacking off. Got it made. And they fucking still get married. Pookie and Ray Ray's knocking that shit down, nigga. That's why y'all leave him, the regular high school graduate guy, y'all be like, oh, he's not good enough for me.
now we know
something
about how you look.
A lot of women.
A lot of women what?
A lot of women think the way that I do.
No, not how you think, how you look. You didn't hear me.
I don't know. I just have to,
Now we know how you look.
It was on your website.
And the fact that your picture is on my website is not it does not constitute an endorsement by the Tom Leykis Show, its staff or manager.
Tom, would you have an ugly person on your website?
Oh, yes. Take a look.
Well, it's been a few years since I've looked, but all of them were pretty looking.
Well, it's been a few years. What do you look like now?
I don't know. What do you want me to do? Rate myself?
Yeah, I do.
Better than most.
What you want me to do? Rate myself? What did Kevin do? Every single woman that called in. Rate yourself.
And not as good as some.
Better than most? Where? In your neighborhood in Seattle?
Hey, Seattle's got some great-looking people.
Most of them leave.
Most of them leave Seattle?
Most of the hot chicks, they come to L.A. Lots of hot chicks from Seattle in L.A.
Oh, Tom.
And I noticed, Dickie, you've conveniently sidestepped the issue of what you look like.
What do I look like?
Yeah.
Brown hair, blue eyes. I'm Irish and Italian.
How would you rate?
No facial hair, though.
Yeah, well, not yet, dear, but menopause is coming in 5 years, and then we'll see. And how would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
I don't know, a 7.
That's a Seattle 7.
And what'd she say? I'm a 7. What did Kevin do? Perfect the question, cut the fucking 7 thing out, and said you can't use 7. What do you rate yourself? Fresh out the shower, blah, 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 blah. Everything this man didn't do, Kev improved it and made it where I'm going to trap you to answer this question honestly, and you're going to accept what the fuck you rate yourself as. Stop lying to yourself. I'm a 10, I'm a 7.
Out in L.A., sir.
Well, I don't know.
And that's better looking than most. I think that tells you everything you need to know. And I see you're about a 7.
Hold it, Tom. If I'm a 7, now, okay, I'll do it this way. I'm a 7, you're about a 4.5.
No, I'm about a 1. Dear, you can't insult me.
Nice, it's your show.
Dear, you cannot insult me about this.
You know you're.
I know that I have a wallet that's a 10, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, that is just ridiculous. Yeah, and it must be rolled up real tight in your front pocket.
Let me tell you, my wallet has a lock on it.
If there's anybody educated and good-looking, they're more interested in the size of your wank than the size of your wallet.
There, all I'm going to say is, if you make more money than your husband, all I can say is that you got to be a dog. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Women who make more money than their husbands are either they are dogs or the guys are pussies or both.
Oh, no. My guy's definitely a guy.
Yeah. He doesn't even didn't even go to college.
So what it amounts to is if you're not good looking or have a big wallet like Tom Leykis, you're pretty much.
Yes. There's a KFC with your name on the time clock.
Oh, great.
That's what there is.
Great.
That's what's left for you.
Tom, it works for you. It works for you, and that's all that counts, right?
Well,
I'm just telling you, there are women out there that totally.
Nikki, how tall are you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
5'3".
How much do you weigh?
How much do I weigh? How big's your?
Oh dear, come over here. I'll show you.
Well, if you're in L.A., I obviously can't even get through the state line. I'm not good looking enough.
Dear, how much do you weigh? It's a simple question.
You first.
You believe in honesty.
You first.
I'll tell you how much I weigh. I weigh 215.
215?
That's right.
So you got some stuff hanging over the belt. Is that what you're saying?
Very little now. I've been working out and dieting for a year. I'm looking good.
So when you stand up straight, do you see anything down there?
And plus my wallet is hanging over. So
why do you keep talking about your wallet?
Because it's so huge. You can't avoid talking about it.
Well, is that what you make love to at night? I hope so, because that's obviously all you
I'll tell you what I do is I unfold it and I kind of wrap it around Big Jim and I just go for it.
Is that not Kevin? What's your weight? What's your dress size? What's your height? And what did they all do? Avoid the question. What did Kevin do? Let them avoid the question for 2 seconds and then, nah, come on, let's go. How much you weigh? How much are you a dime? You a this? You a that? Well, how much we weigh? How much this? How much that? I'm gonna show you if you a dime or not, cause you're gonna describe yourself for real, or are you gonna lie?
Jesus, I hope to God you wrap it around.
Every once in a while, some of my my Blockbuster card falls out, and
Blockbuster card.
I'm getting the point
that
here,
proves
Tom.
how old this is.
Your wallet while you're watching
how much do you
Do you
weigh?
go to Blockbuster?
Don't avoid the question. How much?
Do you even know what Blockbuster is?
You are lying. You are lying. You weigh 98 kilos.
I know this hitting you in L.A., isn't it?
Now, dear, in the metric system, you weigh 98. You do not weigh 98 in the English system of weights. There's no doubt about it.
How about this? I'm tight, and that's all that matters.
No. But we need a telescope to find.
I'm tight. You said your man had a 7-incher. You're married to him. You shouldn't be tight because he should be putting in work. That's what he's there for, remember? So you obviously don't have sex with your man. You're busy working. And you neutered him and have him at home like a fucking pussy, just like he said.
Find the right crevice.
Oh,
That's why
great.
sex doesn't last
Great.
long.
Now look.
Dear, you're avoiding the question. Now,
I'll
since
get my beer goggles
crippled.
on and we'll-
Dear, you
You're
are
stallion.
anonymous, so you can feel free to tell us the sad truth about your weight. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, I look great. I have a.
How much do you weigh? How hard is it to answer a simple question?
Yeah. Well, what are you going to say if I take that away?
I told you how much I weigh. Now I want to know how much you weigh.
God.
How much do you weigh?
137 pounds.
137 pounds. Oh my God!
There you go. See, exactly what I said.
Oddball. 137. You're 5'3". Oh my God!
It is not.
Oh boy! And you're a 7. Says you, a Seattle 7. Dear, all you had to tell me was that you made more money than your husband, and we knew what you looked like.
Oh, come on. Are you telling me 137 pounds makes me an ugly person?
Not if you're 5'10".
I've got a fantastic rack, a great personality, and I've got a gorgeous face.
And you got junk in the trunk. And you haven't seen your own belt buckle in years.
That's not the point. Actually, laugh it up.
And let's get a little further into this. Any C-section scars? Any of that stretch marks and stuff?
No, nothing.
Come on.
He's going below the
I
belt.
was a kid 10 years
Low
ago.
blow. He said, bitch, you
You got a
want
bruise on
to
your knee.
fight?
I know fat chicks love to eat. I'm sure you got bruises on your knee.
I was sweating, yeah. So
Oh, you were
I was
cut
sweating.
me down on that. Oh, you know, I've got an ingrown toenail.
Oh, I thought maybe your boob hit your knee.
What's
I
that?
thought one of your boobs hit your knee.
No, I have a great rack.
Yeah, I understand. You got a couple of hangers there? What's the deal?
God.
A couple of what? Us educated.
Notice how she says all these education matters, and I'm educated, and my man's educated, and this and that. But all she keeps talking about is I'm hot, I'm hot, I'm hot. It's pathetic.
People, we just don't know what that term means.
Really? Why don't you go ask your husband?
I will.
Since you educated people don't understand, maybe you ask him. Maybe they taught that in high school the year before he graduated.
Oh, Tom. You're like a puppy.
And you know what's amazing about this? You love this. You love getting into it with me.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what?
Oh, baby, I could get into it deeper than you could even...
I bet you get into. You know what?